Hello, readers and listeners alike. I am Wandering Taff, and this is the Chronicle of Progress. When the Duke first approached me, I expected that he would want me to cover the history of our great city in sweeping generalizations and beautiful flowery language. While our city does contain beauty in great abundance, with light as bright as it can be, only a fool would believe that such a treatise would be factual. For every bright, there is a dark. For every charity organization, there is a charlatan. Until this point in my life, when the Duke entered my shop, I had only heard of him, never even seen the man. Imagine my surprise. I would have expected him to want to preserve his legacy in glorious fashion. I just didn't expect his bright, glittering eyes to be so far-seeing and judicious. I would have turned down the Duke if he approached me to chronicle the city in such a way that only showed its beauty. But he didn't. Much to my surprise, instead, he gave me unparalleled latitude to compile every dark stain, every murder and affair that I could find, as well as document every scandal and shifty political maneuver I saw. I could do all this, all as long as I detailed the positive instances as well. He didn't want to create a legend. Instead, he wanted a true and factual history. And in my experience, histories easily outlive legends. So with a quick nod, I agreed to the Duke's terms, and payment for services was discussed at length, and then settled. And that, dear listeners, is how I became the chronicler of our immense city. It wasn't long until I was creeping about in every shadow and every alleyway, uncovering the most salacious events, as well as the most heartrending, even the uplifting ones. For the first time in many years, I was on an adventure again, but this time, instead of searching out unfamiliar territory and forgotten caves, I was uncovering the secrets of my neighbors, sometimes shifting through literal garbage for the stories that shaped us all. The realest treasure that I could ever find were the nuggets of life, the gems of truth, and the coinage of existence right in my own backyard. I was never more thrilled when I started, and now that I'm compiling and writing, my excitement has redoubled itself. So, it has taken me quite a while to decide how to structure this project, but I have decided that I will write organically, detailing not only the events that shaped progress, but the people, the organizations, and the structures that shall grow between the history like vines, snaking their way up lonely buildings. Furthermore, for those of you who are more interested, there will be an index down below for cross-referencing data mentioned here. However, as this is my first entry, there is nothing yet to cross-reference with. As I said earlier, this is a history, not a legend. So, this brings to an end my introduction of myself and this massive project that I'm partaking in. I don't monetize, but if I did, I would tell you, before you cut a copper for me, send a silver to your favorite charity. If you're active in your church, tithe a bit more. If you're active in your community, spend a little bit more time volunteering. And lastly, I challenge us all to look the homeless in the eye when we pass by. We all have hearts and souls and minds. Be waiting, for my next entry will come soon. But until then, good evening.